Rogue I've changed from its original black with silver dry brushing colour scheme to a grey initially, and now I'm going to use weathering powders to weather that. I have masked over the windows so they still have a nice piece of black just to highlight them, but now I'm going to use grey as the weathering base, and I can use different colours on Rogue. For Rogue I'm planning to use some rusty and darker colours, but mainly I'm going for blacks and greys and browns, and I'm going to dirty this Loco up. The colours I think I'm going to try first are a sort of brown colour and maybe some red. I'm just going to try and create a dirty, muddy, grimy look on this Loco. So this is reminiscent of the areas it travels in. You know, maybe it goes over terrain which is this sort of colour. Now I'm really kind of just blending it. Okay, so that's putting some colour on that. Let's try a little bit lighter. See if we get anything from that. And we do. How about a little bit darker? Put some dark around here. Okay, and then just blend it a bit. So we've got a very subtle colour change now. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's not so grey anymore, is it? So I'm going to put a little bit of grey back, I think. Yeah. And on that side too. For the sides, some more of this brown coloration. So although the locomotive is a grey colour as its base, of course weathering powders are changing that colour, and it's coming out up to more of a brick red really. So it's really a matter of blending and wiping off areas just to try and create some variation. Make the machine look weathered and worn and something a bit different. I need a slightly smaller brush just for these bits. Weathering powder is quite interesting because you think it just brush straight off, but it doesn't. It kind of sticks. So be careful. Try and keep the windows as clear as you can, and concentrate the powder in the areas where you think it needs to be. Okay. So I'm putting some black around the engines, and I'm concentrating on the black first. There we are. So there, although started with a grey primer. We've ended up with a totally different colour machine because it's not grey anymore. It's a sort of dirty, murky mixture of colours. Represents the terrain it goes through, I think, and also the fact that it is a well-used machine. So I'll spray that with enamel varnish and give it a coat to seal it all in. There is the finished effect. That is Rogue with a more subtle effect compared to the original. Nothing wrong with the original, black with dry brushing in silver, but you can create a more subtle effect if you wish using Humbrol weathering powders.